said, just beat the fuck out of him. This is terrible.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I'd probably just punch him in the face if he fingered his ass and came at me with that finger. I think I would just knock him out.
Well, he's Jason.
And I'm Jules.
And we doing filmographies. And today we're doing a special episode.
Oh, boy. Let's make sure we leave in that first part.
Yep. Somebody reviewed us because Jason made them.
He said, hey, man, I'll be a podcast guest. I made this movie.
Yeah, we said no.
I
What the fuck you talking about, Jack?
Sir, you sound great. We can't alter the magic.
Look, we've got a winning formula here.
This is all we got. We can't add people in.
No, at worst, you're going to be better than us, and we look bad. At best,
It's the most boring episode you ever heard.
yeah, we can't have any of that.
So I said, listen.
What's his name?
Nick
Oh.
Roth.
Oh, he was the guy who wrote this. Is he Eli Roth's brother?
No, he's also the guy with the beard whose wife is sleeping.
Oh, Dr. Crane.
Sorry, I was shushing you, actually. My wife Lilith is indisposed. I'm Dr. Crane.
Sorry.
And I was like, no, but what you could do is if you'll review us, we'll do a whole episode on your movie. He's like, yeah, sounds good.
Look, yeah, these guys are going to put me over. Kayfabe.
I said, all right, man, we'll fast track it. And here we are. We're doing Hanky Panky,
Yeah.
which was a 2014 48-hour film festival short, I believe. I don't know.
Okay.
I think it was a 2-day thing where they whipped it together. Almost the exact same cast.
As.
Hanky Panky. The short is the same as the movie.
Oh, I got you. I
Yeah.
hear what you're saying now. Well, cool.
Yeah.
Some of these people looked like other people, but they weren't them.
No, the lead, he's handsome. I felt like I'd seen him in other things.
Reminds me of Andrew Jensen.
Oh, Paper Cup Band?
I was meant to be alone. I'll sing it to the microphone.
Yeah, but then he had another one called like Sun something.
The name of the band is Loud Sun.
When Paper Cup Band broke up, I texted Phil. I said, oh, was he meant to be alone? Alone. As he sings into the microphone, because that's the song I had. It was a good song.
How well did that go over?
I think maybe he thought that was funny.
Good.
Which is nice, because he didn't think we were funny.
No.
Not at all. I've never had somebody talk down to me so regularly.
He could play that bass though.
Yeah, well, that's the worst part is they were all so talented, and here we are, just two pieces of shit trying to do our own thing, and they're like, you're bad, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, we know.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, does anybody like us? No.
No. Why don't you hit me with the synopses?
Hanky Panky. A Cheers reunion turns ugly at a lodge in the middle of winter when murder ensues.
It took me a while to catch that.
What?
The characters. They're all named after Cheers characters.
Are they?
Yeah.
I didn't catch that at all.
Harry the Hat. It's Harry Henderson.
Anderson. Everyone knows it's Harry Anderson. Fucko. Cue Night Court theme.
Oh my God.
He played a character called Harry the Hat.
No, I know.
Yeah. Diane. Woody. Dr. Crane. Lilith.
Yeah.
Rhea Perlman. Cliff. Because as soon as I go, Sam and Diane, I was like, oh, I get that.
That's funny.
I guess.
You don't find that funny?
No, because then I spent the rest of the episode like there's a sign on the wall that says like the lake house or whatever. I kept looking things up to see if those are like titles of episodes of Cheers. I'm like, how deep does this go? You know, because if it goes real deep, then I'm about it. But by and large, was not about this movie.
I like it.
I like parts of it. I like the handkerchief quite a bit.
Oh, yeah, you're gonna use me to wipe your wet lips. Oh, God, yeah.
I did not like the hat.
And the flawless dismount.
I hated hearing that voice. That Skeletor voice.
Uh-huh.
No, I don't want more of that. Stop doing that. And then when the lady was doing it, I was like, oh, God. But I really like that handkerchief.
Wipe her lips now.
I really like the chick, the new age chick who's always smoking weed. She gets a little irritating when she's on the mushrooms. But overall, I thought her performance was pretty solid. I thought the guy was funny, too, after he stopped being a douchebag. I wasn't clear on what was happening at first. And then, I don't know. That one dude felt like the guy from Breaking Bad, Pinkman, the brother she's having sex with, after his meth addiction wears through him. Yeah, that's what's left of Jesse Pinkman. We see his dick twice in the movie.
That shit was hilarious.
There's his dick. Did you miss it the first time? Here it is again.
Take us through the plot, Juliet.
So this movie begins with a guy going into a cabin.
A man runs in terror through the snow and is murdered by something we don't see.
And he's a well-dressed young gentleman.
He's handsome. He's good, too.
Yeah.
Most of the acting in this movie is
pretty good. The Men in Black lady, she keeps baking. I got a little Chachka vibe from the
stoner lady.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, a little bit.
So he shows up and he walks into an incredibly well-lit cabin.
It's wild.
And then it cuts to a close-up of him, and it's practically the darkest scene I've ever seen in a movie.
It's pretty wild how good most of this movie looks.
It's one of those movies where it looks so good that you're like, are they in front of a green screen? Like when they're in the basement and the hat's about to reveal himself. I felt like that was like reshoots and they were just in front of a green screen and were using photographs. But no, they start interacting with the scene. I'm like, oh, this is real.
It's bizarre because this movie is like almost there.
There's so much effort. I hate it. This is something that I really hate. When there's a lot of effort put into what ultimately feels like a completely throwaway script. Just like, I don't know, whatever. How about this? Oh, it's a hat. Like, if this would have been closer to a more legitimate murder mystery whodunit, and it relied just on the performances and a really well-written script, this could have been dynamite. Dynamite.
I never would have ever sat through this movie under any circumstances.
I would have turned this off in the first few minutes.
And I'm like pretty glad I watched it.
I mean, the handkerchief is just so good. You soak it up with my body, he says.
I don't know. I really like the weird guy that has the handkerchief.
No, he's fine too. I mean, there are people in here that are fine, and some more than others, some later than others. But like the sister with the brother,
yeah,
she's pretty good too.
Uh-huh.
And the drunk lady, she's okay. And her husband, she becomes better.
Yeah, it seems like the main character's gonna fuck her for a minute. You're like, wait, what?
It does, yeah.
But don't you like that other lady? What's happening?
Yeah,
there?
but she's gone. And then it seemed like she was gonna fuck her husband when they were in the ice house.
Yeah,
for a brief moment.
Uh-huh.
Felt like he maybe was gonna make a pass at her.
Yeah,
but that didn't happen. I was like, oh, good for them. He's there. The stoner girl shows up. He's weird. He's got a handkerchief that talks. She doesn't know him.
No, but they hit it off pretty quickly.
Fairly
She's
well,
like
yeah.
Very positive, and they seem to be enjoying each other's vibes.
Mm-hmm.
This will be a weekend of light and love and oneness and oregano oil. Open. And
then the chick shows up that they're supposed to be celebrating her marriage with her husband, and they're like, what are you doing here? Because she knows handkerchief guy. And of course the other woman is actually her friend to some extent.
Is his name Sam?
It is Sam.
And they invited the wrong Sam.
Of course, it is Sam. Yeah, I don't pretend like I don't know their names because I do. And I guess I don't know that lady's name, which one she is. She's Diane, the wife, and her husband is Cliff, I think. And Dr. Crane is Cliff's brother, who for some reason is also there because the woman who then shows up with her brain-dead brother, she has like a pickaxe of some sort, and she invited all of them, but she inadvertently invited Sam because it was in the woman's phone. Carla, I think, is the stoner's name.
I'm Diane, Carla's best friend.
She got the Diane's phone and saw Sam with exclamation points and thought that was her sister.
How did Rebecca get Sam's number? Well, she asked me for it, so I stole your phone, and then I found Sam with 3 really happy, excited exclamation points after it. So, of course, I assumed
Diane,
that was...
No, that's Sam with 3 terrified, stay away, exclamation points. She meant my sister, Samantha.
I like that one line where she goes, I think you're going to kill your husband. And she goes, Carla.
Diane.
What?
That is my business.
There's a handful of pretty good lines in this movie that make me laugh good.
Yeah.
Lilith, my wife, had her reservations about coming here, and I just said to them, we are going to a cabin in the mountains this weekend if it kills us all.
Why would it? Why would it kill us all?
I just wish they were cemented with a better film, a better script, a better story, something not so stupid. But so now they're all at this place and they don't want to be there, but they're not sure why they were invited there and why this one woman, who I guess they don't really know.
No, it's the neighbor. The sister and the brother weirdos.
They're neighbors. Where do they come from? Who are they friends with? One of them
part of the crew, but then
I felt like it, but they're like, why does they clearly don't know that she has sex with her brother.
Yeah.
Because they're all like, huh?
And I guess they live out there.
It's so nice to have Kelly here after what happened to our last neighbor.
It was a hunting accident, probably.
But then that other lady lives out there too?
The other lady is their neighbor.
The Men in Black lady?
Hi, y'all. When I saw everyone coming up the driveway, I figured I might as well be neighborly and bake you some things.
Wow, more baked goods.
You made all that since we got here, like 20 minutes ago?
It's so stupid. She talks to like a little device, and you could tell that in post they were like, fuck, we should make something happen about like a 3D spinning sphere. Okay.
Yeah, a little hologram globe.
Because then when it shows up later, it's like it's now really out of place and doesn't need to be there. She's never looking at it. It's unclear what it is.
Oh.
But you're nailing it. I forget which character she is. Alice, maybe? She's named after whoever Woody's main girlfriend was in Cheers.
Norm?
Yeah. Oh, Dr. Crane is there. He's sort of French.
It's pretty funny when like you just discover him in the house.
Yeah, and he has a wife.
And that you never see it. I was like, did he kill her?
Yeah, is this maybe she's not real?
Yeah.
And they go, no, she's very much real, but don't go down there.
Is Lilith, does she just have a headache?
She just got like a thing with her head that it's better if we don't talk about it.
Dr. Crane is very protective.
It's better if we don't mention it at all.
Have you ever heard of the Roman god Janus?
Need you to be quiet. She's sleeping.
So, and he pretends like he's French. They have dinner, and that's when the guy, Sam, goes to the bathroom and is talking to his hanky, and they can all like hear him.
Yeah,
I thought that was pretty brilliant.
I like that.
They cut back to that. Because he is talking fairly loud in a small bathroom just right there.
Nothing like a bathroom right next to the dinner table, huh?
Yeah.
That's good.
Especially a cabin, which it stinks. And he is hitting it off with Carla, but his handkerchief overhears the brother and sister saying, yeah, we're going to sacrifice everybody, and then they tongue kiss.
Not in a sexy way.
No, they touch tongues.
Yeah, they touch tongues. They stick them up
very
and touch
gross.
them. I like it.
And the handkerchief's like, what the fuck? Hey, Sam, I got to talk to you, man. Hey. And the handkerchief is literally just draped over somebody's hand.
I know. There's talk of puppeteering in the credits, and I thought I saw somewhere. I was like, well, this is going to be crazy.
Puppets made by. I was like, oh, shit, there's puppets in here. All right.
Nah, man, it's a guy's hand inside the handkerchief.
And like a fake mouth and eyes on a hat later.
The handkerchief doesn't always sync up with what's being said.
No, and it often feels like it's about to fall off. So he's like, I can't do it, Woody. I've sopped up too many of your messes. Yeah, I like cleaning messes with my body.
Woody. Fucking Christ. Oh, God, put it in. Oh, shit, I'm coming.
He is coming earlier with the wine. Diane even goes, he's weird. I felt like he kept knocking things over so he could clean them up.
You know what? My only beef with the handkerchief is I want it to absorb the liquid more. It absorbs it like a scarf, like a thin, like silk scarf.
Yeah, he's just pushing it around.
Yeah, I want the handkerchief to suck it up.
Yeah, and then it's thick.
Yeah.
On him. It's pregnant.
Fuck yeah.
And he's commenting on Carla's scarf, and they're all like, this is weird. So something then happens that they're alarmed by. The neighbor's wearing a Vivacici suit, and that's weird. There is green screen when they're peeking out around the house looking at her.
Why is she burying that? Do they ever explain that?
They don't. They think it's because it's so fancy she can't be who she says she is.
Yeah.
And she absolutely is not who she says she is.
Correct.
But in no way does she seem like she's wearing the Marge Simpson suit that she keeps hemming.
Also, there's supposed to be an insane storm coming. Nothing ever happens. It's not the thing.
So Dr. Crane's murdered first. He's got a cut on his head.
Oh, yeah.
Like he's in Heroes or some shit, season 1. And they just throw his body outside. Who could have done it?
That's a pretty fucking funny scene.
It is.
Where they just roll him off. Because,
Yeah.
I mean, I guess. You don't want him just rotting and bleeding and the shit and piss leaking out of him.
Yeah, put him in the snow.
Yeah.
He's going to freeze. They can do an autopsy later and decide.
Doesn't actually seem that cold out there, but yeah.
And the kid's doing like a real sling blade. Yeah, you did. You didn't kill him, did you?
No. Yeah, you don't strike me as the type. Who do you think did it?
I reckon I didn't fashion you for a murderer.
You got any biscuits for sale in there?
Oh, his wife reveals herself when his dead body's on the ground. She comes out and she's just like a buxom-y redhead 1920s actor.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah.
the reveal of the wife
Mm-hmm.
and the thing that's wrong with her, I laughed so fucking hard.
I didn't.
I thought that shit was so funny and surprising and disgusting.
And I was actually quite disappointed later on in the movie, and I'll tell you why when we get there.
Okay.
The way you were talking about her made me think she was like hideously deformed or something.
Wait for it.
Wait for it. So, yeah, she falls on his body and reveals that although she is a fairly attractive woman with large breasts, she also has a small face in the back of her head.
You could have said.
It's hard to explain.
It's not hard to explain. She has two faces. You could have said she has two faces.
Asked a lot of questions.
It's terrifying because I was
Yeah.
trying to think of that. I was like, she does seem like a cool, pretty lady. I'd be into this. I don't think I could get over the little face on the back of her head.
No.
I think that would freak me the fuck out forever
Yes.
and gross me out. I could not fuck her. I'd be afraid
Oh,
I'd
God,
touch
no.
it. I'd be
Oh,
afraid
yeah.
that it would talk to me or look at me. Just knowing it's back there is really
Couldn't
upsetting.
do it.
No.
Couldn't do it. And it's weird because now everybody basically just starts slapping each other. They're talking about, what do we do? There's a dead body. And that's when the sister character starts freaking out. And the neighbor MIB lady slaps her. And she has a reaction that the MIB lady's like, oh, to her reaction.
Yeah.
And then the wife starts freaking out. And so Sam slaps her. Lilith, I think is the wife, slaps her in the face. And everybody's aghast. He goes, I thought we were just slapping people when they were acting crazy. And then somebody slaps him. And then he slaps someone. And then they slap. And now they're just all slapping each other and really enjoying it. And the brother's slapping himself
Yeah.
in the face.
How do you feel about the slap sequence?
I actually liked it. It was kind of erotic. I was hoping that it would actually go full on hardcore, but
Oh, it didn't work for me. The slapsticky stuff didn't quite work for me.
there's a lot of it, and it doesn't work for me either. The husband, he actually has gone off ice fishing, so he's not around for any of this. And he finds beers when he's walking around, and it leads him to what says it's an ice shack. And there's a hat on the thing, and he goes, wear this or whatever. So he goes to the ice shack, and it actually turns out to be much larger inside than it is on the outside.
Well, he puts the hat on and he starts marching and then he falls sideways out of frame. And
He
I was
does.
like, oh, he's dead.
Yeah, I was like, oh, he fell in the water.
Something.
The hat's tricking him or whatever.
Well, I didn't know the hat was around at this. I didn't know the hat was evil. I
Okay.
don't know what I thought at this point, but I knew the shack was evil.
But it's not.
It's not. It turns out it's not.
It's a really cool shack, actually.
But you don't find out about that. You don't see him again until that girl gets into the shack.
Yeah, Carla.
Diane.
Because they keep going, should we go find Cliff and Carla?
Diane.
Because they're out in the thing and the weather's coming, and they're like, no, they'll be fine or whatever. And then we find out that Carla, she wakes up, she's passed out, taking mushrooms.
Oh, yeah, in the snow. She just passed out in the snow.
And she's walking around falling and shit.
Does that happen on mushrooms? I don't recall ever passing out. I would have liked to have
At
fallen
the
asleep.
very end, when you wished that you were dead, yeah, then you eventually fall asleep. But
My friend Andy was tripping so hard he forced himself to go to sleep. And then he woke up too high from the mushrooms and thought that everybody on the planet was dead.
Oh, Jesus.
And went and woke up his parents telling him that they were dead and he was dead. And they took him to the psych ward.
cool.
Yeah.
And he's been there ever since.
No, I stabbed him a little bit when I was in college.
Cool.
Yeah, and we had a weird friendship. It was
Sounds like it.
hostile. Okay, so we're in the
So
ice
Carla
shack.
goes to the ice shack, yeah, and she's tripping nuts, and the guy's there just chilling.
And she thinks it's going to be a castle because she's so high.
Yeah, Castle Grayskull, I think she calls it.
Oh.
No, she doesn't. She should have. And she gets, and so she starts seeing the hat talking. I'm the hat. You are going to get me your brains. I'm going to eat your soul.
Yeah.
Verbatim. Mm-hmm. And the guy goes, Cliff goes, hey, you all right, Carla? She goes, are you seeing this fucking hat? You got to take these mushrooms because they're mushrooms that grow on moose poop, maybe?
Yeah.
Purple
yum.
mooses?
That's
something?
good. Purple mooses.
Yeah.
They have those.
So then they're back at the house, and she's helping Cliff with his marriage, and she goes, where'd the hat go? Oh, yeah, he told me he's an interdimensional being, and he's going to eat our souls, and I have to do his ritual, and blah, blah, blah.
He says,
Hey, where'd that guy go?
The guy.
That hat.
Yeah. And
the hat!
They do a really tired thing where she's his therapist, and he's on the couch. I don't like that.
But the shots don't align.
No.
The other weird thing about this movie, for as good as probably 90% of the shots look, the audio is awful sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Astonishingly, to the point where it doesn't match. Their sound guy tricked them. I was like, yeah, man, I can do the sound. I know I got these meters. I know what I'm doing. Surprise, it all sounds different.
Well, and honestly, now that I think about it, this feels like a COVID movie.
That was a long time ago, man.
So Lilith is dead now because the hat cut her brain when the lights went out. And then they think it's the MIB lady. They tie her up, and then all of a sudden the hat eats her brains.
Can I be honest? I know that it's just fake blood. I was still like uncomfortable and disturbed when that hat would go on their heads and be like, crunching your brain. And then the blood just starts pumping out over their heads.
Because he doesn't eat their brain.
No, he sucks your soul out.
I guess. He just like puts a red line on your forehead.
Well, but then later ones, they're just pumping blood.
Yeah,
It's
they're
like
pumping blood. That's why it's incongruous with what happens before that.
It disturbed me a little bit. For being a silly movie, I was surprised by it that I was disturbed.
Oh, and the lady, Diane, she sees the handkerchief, thinks she's crazy, but then realizes when Sam mentions the blood moon that he is, in fact, she isn't crazy and he's not crazy, and they can hear the handkerchief who's telling them we need to get out of here.
Your handkerchief told me a secret about you and the blood moon, and then you came out and talked about it, and now I know it's a separate entity that's alive?
Mm-hmm. So it turns out that the hat's an alien, he's an alien. They come from like the 9th dimension or something, and they take these forms because of something, and the hat wants these people, the brother, he's convinced he's his god, which somehow convinces the sister, and they have sex, and she's got a banging body, the sister.
Do we see them have sex in this?
She comes out of her room and he's naked.
Yeah.
She's in her panties, and she goes, oh, by the way, we have 2 beds up here. We're only going to be using one, so if one of you guys want to sleep up here, I'd be like, yes, please. I'll take the chair.
Good thing.
I'll be over here. And they kiss a little bit, and I think they mention weird sex sort of allusions to sex that they've had.
Possibly. I do find it hilarious when he's naked.
Yeah, just shit.
Because it's a good surprise. It's a brave thing to do.
Completely unnecessary.
Yeah, it's like if one of them was naked in 4th and down.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, what? You guys need to do this.
It's like when they were naked in the new Kids in the Hall.
Oh, that was groundbreaking. That blew everybody's mind.
Yeah, it's like, oh wow, look at this naked 70-year-old.
Kids in the Hall are going hard.
Kids in the Hall.
Wow.
Yeah, going soft.
None of them are dead. Impressive.
Very good. Very nicely done. And none of them are like racists, it turns out.
Oh, yeah. Well, maybe it helps being like Canadian.
So everybody's dying now, and they know it's the hat, and Cliff and Diane, or Sam and Diane, are working with Woody.
Maybe they're quietly racist.
To free, yeah, maybe. And to free themselves from the room. I'm the hat. I'm coming to get you.
Yeah.
And they run away, but then they come back, I think, and... Oh, no, they run away. Diane gets killed in the snow. Cliff finds her body. He runs away. I don't know that we ever see him again.
I know. I was wondering about this.
Now that I think about it.
Seems like he must have been killed because we never see him again, but you don't see him die, right?
No. I'm like, did he freeze? I don't think we... No, I don't think we see him again.
I don't think it seems cold enough to freeze.
Although that's quite the storm, so...
Come on. I was gonna say Carla fucking fell asleep for who knows how long out there in snow.
So then she finds Sam, and they go, we got to get back to the chateau because things are happening, and I don't know where it is. Me either. And she goes, oh, it's right there.
Yeah, it's directly behind.
He goes, oh shit, yeah, it is. So they get there, and now the hat has fused with the sister, and she's killed her brother using her laser eye.
Okay, this doesn't work for you because when this chill lady suddenly became that, I was like, this is a comical performance. There's one moment where the camera cuts to her and she's doing this weird stance up there.
Oh yeah. She contorts her mouth when she talks.
I got a pretty good kick out of her as the hat.
The fuck?
You are fools to come back here.
I mean, she went for it, and God bless her, but I find that voice...
The voice, yeah.
So annoying.
Well, it's better as her, with her doing it.
I suppose. Because it's just Seth Green being piped in. So now the hat and the handkerchief are fighting for what feels like close to an eternity. And they do like Pokemon anime shit briefly, each one, and the hat's destroyed, and it also kills the woman. Because the true lovers kiss, yeah. And now it jumps forward to Sam and Carla.
It's Diane. Can we all just assume that when Jules says Carla, he means Diane?
On the patio or deck, drinking cups of warm beverages.
Probably piss. Am I right?
Talking like, yeah, boy, I don't know how we're going to explain this. Yeah. All right. Well, the movie's over. The handkerchief's living in the suit and somehow controlling it. It zooms out and we see that it's sitting next to Sam.
That's okay. Yeah, I was like, I thought there was a third person, but I was like, oh, I'm thinking about the end of the latest season of True Detective when somebody shows up at the end.
And then it cuts to her putting her head on Sam's shoulder, and then it's from the front, and then in the back we see that, and then the suit hand comes up and like puts it on her shoulder. She goes, "Oh yeah, that's a weird, stupid ADR line." And the movie ends on a stupid fucking ADR line.
Hi there. Yeah.
It won like 23 awards.
I feel like it's got some stuff going for it.
Yeah, like I said, and no offense to the guy that made us watch this, but the writing was not great. Some of the dialogue was snappy.
Yeah.
The structure was fine. It just felt like such a cheap, half-assed alien hat.
I feel like there's
Keep
a lot.
the handkerchief.
Yeah.
That's fine. Just tone it down.
I don't know, man. I feel like there's a lot of these like low budget movies that slip out into the world, and I think they're mostly god awful, probably. Yeah. And this one had stuff that I liked in it, and I was surprised by that. And once again, would not have chosen to watch it, but I thought there was a surprising amount of like good laughs and odd things, and it was wildly stupid, but I didn't find it unlikable. Like, I couldn't argue that it's a good movie, but I was enjoying it. Like, I had to tell Jenny a few times. I was like, yeah, you wouldn't believe it. I like this movie.
Yeah.
I'm astonished, but I enjoy it.
Yeah.
How do you think Seth Green got involved with this?
I don't know, because none of these people are really, I mean, they've done, some things, but...
One of them must know him?
Yeah. Or maybe he was, like, on the board of the festival.
Yeah.
And he was like, they were like, hey, you want to do this voice? Yes.
What's your rating for this movie?
I'm gonna give it a 5.
Huh. Okay.
There's enough small elements in it that were really good. Overall, though, it just, I don't know. I feel like it's like a Fourth and Long.
Well, the thing is, I gave Fourth and Long a 5.5, which these people aren't going to hear that episode for like 7 months.
Yeah.
I gave that a 5.5. And this movie was leaps and bounds ahead of that thing.
Oh, you think so?
I enjoyed this movie.
Okay.
That one was hard. I enjoyed a little bit of it, but not like necessarily as a whole. I think maybe I scored Fourth and Long wrong because this seems like it should have a 5.5, but I'm going to give it a 6.
Okay. I'm going to give it a 5. I gave Fourth and Long a 5 too.
Your
for the record.
Are probably all right.
We got a hotline. There's that.
Oh yeah, we didn't do that at all in the other episodes.
No.
763-634-1897. What would you have to say about that?
Yeah. Rate us on Apple Podcasts.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
That's how this happened.
Yeah. I don't know if the reviews even showing up yet. It seems like Apple holds them for a long time.
They do.
It's odd.
They want you to pay more money.
For what? What do they want from us?
More money to release the names.
Shut up. we pay 0. So like
they know. They're like,
make it work better. $800 a month.
Jules, I see them shoes you wearing.
Jules, do we try to do 1 month to see if people like our podcast? $800 later.
No. I should have bought that billboard.
Yeah, give us a call, 763-634-1897. You can say nice things. You can say mean things. You can tell us an anecdote. You can text us. You can also email us. Julian, dibble-dibble-dop. What am I'm typing a letter. Where's it going?
Gmail. Wait. We doing filmographies at gmail.com.
Sweet. And I
/ your bank account number.
Mine?
And what bank theirs. Oh. And what bank it is. And what you look like so we can pretend we're you to withdraw your money.
Why wouldn't you just ask for the routing number? Their bank account is
that too. Number. Yeah. Give me that.
You can also find us on Instagram, Reddit, YouTube,
Facebook. The big one.
It's the big one. We do it filmography.
Yeah. You can go to the nowplayingnetwork.net.
What are they? That's what's on TV right now?
It's us and Tracks of the Damned. Those are the only 2 podcasts on the network.
Hopefully that other one's popular and people will tune into us, right?
Yeah.
I've been Jason.
I've been Jules.
And good night.